Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is your Screenwriter's Rant on Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, a movie about Bruce Springsteen. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys books 1 through 17. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Okay. As a resident of New Jersey, back in the 80s, I had to listen to Bruce Springsteen, as required by law, 15 times a day. I am not a fan of his music. I don't think you would say. There's like a couple of songs I kind of like. I like his Jersey Devil song, of course. But you wouldn't call me a Bruce Springsteen fan. I wouldn't go to his concert. But I have an issue with this biopic, as you can imagine. Based on the book Deliver Me From Nowhere by Warren Zane, written for the screen and directed by Scott Cooper. So, to me, director of the Academy Award-winning Crazy Heart. To me, it's too soon to do this biopic. And the reason it's too soon is Springsteen's still alive, and he's still on tour. He's still on tour, like big tours. He ain't doing small tours. Springsteen's out there doing big mega shows still. And here's the weird thing about this movie. This is like, it takes place while he's making like his seminal album, like his important album, right? So it goes through his life during that time. It's not like his whole life, but there's a lot of flashbacks. This is before he really blew up. And during this time, he was, in my view, the most interesting. Because his image as a blue-collar guy doing these blue-collar songs, he was that guy. 100%. 100% genuine, authentic at that time. But like, success changes people. And I don't fault the guy for being successful and being rich. I really don't. But the issue for me is his image is one of like, oh, I'm a blue-collar guy struggling to make ends meet. I wish the world were different. And like, now he is like the man that he used to sing about. Right? I mean, he's worth, I don't know, over $100 million. I think he's worth over $500 million. And so, like, I would like a guy like him to stay in this mode that's in this biopic forever. But you kind of can't, number one. And, you know, it just, he's changed. He's not that guy anymore. But he kind of tries to stay in that mode. And, you know, there's scenes in this movie, Asbury Park. Let me see if I can find it. Here they are in Asbury Park. And if you've ever been to Asbury Park, you know, along the beach and the boardwalk, to me that place hasn't changed since Springsteen started doing his music. It still looks like a dump. I'm sorry to the people of Asbury Park. I love Asbury Park. I wish somebody would come in and finally build all the things they claim they're going to build. They've been claiming they're going to revitalize the town for like, I don't know, 40 years. Hasn't happened. Every time I go to the boardwalk at Asbury Park, I feel like I'm in the, you know, this part in the zombie movies after the zombies killed everybody. And everybody abandoned places like that. It looks like a shell. Now, I don't know if they jazzed it up for the movie to make it look even worse. But Bruce Springsteen's worth a lot of money. And this was sort of his area. Seems to me it'd be really cool if he came in and, I don't know, invested $100 million and revitalized the place. Just saying. He doesn't have to do that. But a guy with that image, oh, I wish things were better for the working man. Like, that was his image. And his image is not the same thing as the guy, you could argue. And I feel like he kind of owes Asbury Park. But yeah, see, look at it. It looks dumpy. Like, that place should look amazing. Bruce should buy that place and make it like the greatest venue. I believe that's the big venue there. I forget what it's called. The only nice place in, like, the inside of the town in Asbury Park's all hipstery now. It's been sort of gentrified, but like the boardwalk, and I've only been there in the off season. Haven't been in there in the summer, but it always looks like a dump to me as compared to the other places I go, like Ocean City and Wildwood. Those places look nice. Those places look like they're upkept. I'm just saying, if his image was different, I wouldn't go here. But I feel like his image promised one thing and delivered another. Does that make sense? And look, I'm not a Springsteen fan. I don't think you could call me one. I sort of tolerate his music more than I like it. And this isn't going to be a bad movie for a Springsteen fan. Not at all. It's going to be full of his music. It's going to go over probably his bio up until this point. Fill in the gaps for a lot of people who knew some about Bruce, but not, some of the nitty-gritty details. And that's fine, even if it's self-serving. Even if this is really just a 2-hour commercial for his concerts. Like, I don't care. His fans will like this movie. But that being said, that's how I feel about it. But it's not for me. So I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't suffer through it. Because it'll just be sort of a 2-hour love fest for Bruce. And I get sick of him in the 80s. So, normally these movies are the rise and fall. And keep in mind, it's a historical thing. It's a biopic, so it's history. And Hollywood takes its liberties. I don't think it's going to take too much because, again, Bruce is still kicking around. But first act, he's a struggling musician on the cusp of fame. Second act, will fame change him? Third act, no, he's awesome. That's going to be the third act. And that's fine. He's going into the stratosphere. They might frame it with a relationship. Maybe there's some girl he was dating at the time who he broke up with, and because she didn't want to be, she didn't want to be second banana to his music and his career. But yeah, I don't think you're going to find a lot of negativity towards Bruce in this, which again, his fans will love, and that's fine. From 20th Century Studios, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, chronicles the making of Bruce Springsteen's 1982 Nebraska album when he was a young musician on the cusp of global superstardom, struggling to reconcile the pressures of success with the ghost of his past. I read this already. This is my second take. Recorded on a 4-track recorder in Springsteen's New Jersey bedroom, the album marked a pivotal time in his life and is considered one of the most enduring works, a raw, haunted acoustic record populated by lost souls searching for a reason to believe. And that is true about that album. That is a very authentic album, and I give him all the credit in the world for that. It's the stuff that came after, like Born to Run. I mean, it's in my brain and won't go away. because they played it so much. And I hear that and I just want to smash the radio into a million pieces because I've just heard it too many times. It's not even that it's bad. I'm not jumping on Springsteen's music. I just don't want to hear it anymore. So yeah, I mean, you're allowed to like this movie. I'm not going to see it. Jeremy Allen White, the Bear guy, the guy from The Bear, he seems fine as Bruce. He kind of looks like him. Not really, but kind of. Like he could be his cousin. And doesn't really sound like him in his voice. But I'm sure singing-wise, they'll make it sound close to Bruce. And you get to hear all Bruce's songs. You know? But I think it's way too soon for this. I think a biopic should be done after someone is mostly retired or passed on. Otherwise, you know, I feel like you're not going to get... I mean, like, if he had passed on, they'd be... Sometimes the people pass on, they do a biopic, and they just dump on him, which I also don't like. But, you know, I can't imagine learning something very negative in a movie like this. Not that I'm looking for that, but, like, there's a balance in these movies that, you know, I used to believe in, and I think in the 70s and 80s you would have gotten some amount of accurate information. And I feel like now you just get none. Like, there's just no chance that anything would be on the screen that I would believe. You know? But anyhow, it hits theaters October 24th. That's probably a good time to hit theaters because, you know, it's going to be a lot of horror movies, and this is the alternative, and this is going to be an older crowd. This is for the middle-aged crowd who grew up on or older, my age, and they'll go see it. I think this will do about as well as that Bob Dylan movie, and then it'll just sort of come and go. But yeah, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, October 24th. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Thanks for tuning in. Check out my t-shirt store. The link's below. New t-shirts. 3. Also, check out the Pineys. Also, check me out on Friday at Unexpected Farm. Unexpected. 5 to 9. Out there on Piney Hollow Road in Newfield. Then on Saturday, I'll be at Blueberry Hill Farm, and that's the actual name of the place. And it's going to be a blueberry fest. It's kind of a potluck. You're supposed to bring something for the potluck. So I'm bringing potato chips. And then on Sunday, I'll be at Lucille's Luncheonette again, which I'm excited about. And that will be from about 10 to 2. And should catch some nice weather now. Should catch some nice weather. And then, of course, the live stream. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.